So how you feeling? You ready?
Mm.
Alright, here we go. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. They ain't got no idea. Woo! Ha ha. Late LK at OneYoungsta. Hold it down, breathe that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of Loungin. That's right. Big shout out to Marquise Collins before we even get started. Marquise Collins was up in the chat early yesterday, and I was like, Marquise, I got you. You wait right here, I got you. So we are here, and when I say we, that means that I am not by myself. I am joined by the awesome, enigmatic, the wonderful Lady Lisa. Say what's up.
Hello.
So, guys, if you're new to this, you know what I'm saying, make sure you hit that thumbs up. You like what you see, hit that thumbs down if you don't. But if you don't, I'm going to send that CC fly after you. You don't want that. Also, big shout out to all my Patreon supporters. I gave y'all a shout out yesterday, but just wanted to reiterate, you guys help make this happen. So big shout out to all y'all. And if you want to, you know what I'm saying, consider the Patreon, don't sleep. NERDSoul on Patreon. Holla at your boy. So, we got some news today. I'm gonna let you handle the news. Whatever you want to do first. We're gonna get into the news. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna have a good time. I'm glad to see y'all beautiful sunshiny faces. Shout out to Barraborn up in here. Nice to see you as well. We just gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not Friday. It's Saturday. It's a little different energy, but we still glad to see y'all. What we got?
Okay, so I'm talking. Okay, I'm speaking. All right.
Yes, you are.
So we're going to talk about that first.
The vice presidential debate. Goldman in the house. What up? All right. So this week we had the vice presidential debate. I took a couple of notes, but I know you had some things to say first, and I know that you're speaking, so I didn't want to speak when you were speaking. I want to make sure your speech was good. You know what I'm saying?
It's like she couldn't wait to check him. She was like, I'm going to check you.
She was waiting from last week.
You going to give me opportunity to check you.
She was waiting from last week to do that.
You will be checked, sir.
She was waiting for last week to do that.
But
that's word. She was waiting for that.
You know.
Baby.
She was waiting. But
happy to see, that this wasn't nearly the foolishness that was the presidential debate.
True that.
By any means. So, it was good to see that. But it was very, very, very frustrating that neither of them, I don't want to say neither of them would, answer the question. We don't need a monologue. We don't need an essay.
We don't need a story about your life.
We don't need a story about your life.
We don't need none of that.
Can you just answer the question? And my thing is, even after you do the whole monologue, you still ain't answering the question.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, will the answer be at the end?
The answer going to be in the story. Nah, bruh.
No.
They answer, you know what? What I would enjoy is you might as well have Raymond Reddington at the debate, because when you ask Raymond Reddington something, he gonna tell you a story. Now, at least that story is entertaining. We gotta hear a story about when I met Joe. And here's the thing: Kamala started off the joint not answering the question.
The first
so she set
question.
The tone. I can't even blame this on Mike Pence.
Well, don't act like he needed someone to set the tone.
I ain't going. I got Mike later. I got stuff for Mike. What was just saying? What up to Sandra Thomas? What up? Nice to see y'all. Shorty didn't answer nothing. And I don't mind you answering nothing. But here's the thing.
I mind you not answering nothing.
Well, let me get that. You got us all here. Why don't you say something of substance? Because honestly, many people have argued this, rightfully so. Your platform is essentially, you don't like Trump, so we what you got. That's your platform. This was your opportunity to say, here's why we're better. This is what we would do. Blah, blah, blah. This was your opportunity to do something, and you did nothing. You know what I'm saying? At least, if you're going to skip the question, at least give us something of substance, but you gave us nothing. I could see if she dodged the question, but maybe answered another But
that's annoying too.
But the whole night, all we got was Trump's worse than us, and that's not a reason to vote for someone. And we were listening to that stream one time. He was like, "I want people calling in. Tell me a reason to vote for Biden and Kamala, for them, not against Trump, for them." And they still don't have a reason to vote for them. And this was her night to be like, you know what? JB didn't really come through because he had that crazy dude. But you know what? I'm a do it better because I don't have the crazy dude with me. I just got Pence. You know what I'm saying? I just got Mike Pence. So I'm going to be cool. Everything will be fine. Bless you. Everything will be fine. And we can all go forward. Nah, bruh. She ain't going to answer nothing. She ain't going to set forth no platform, no plan, no nothing. Essentially just tell us what Trump did wrong. We know that. We know that. And you come off looking, I mean, yes, she said, you know, a lot of this was due to the ineptitude of, you know, the DT administration. But my thing is this, you're looking inept in just a debate stage. You can't answer the question.
Won't.
And then, won't answer the question because you can't. You won't answer the question. Then I'm like, cool, don't answer it. What do you got for me? What's your ideas? No ideas, no plans. Homegirl did the most vaguest of blanket statements you could make all throughout the night. And I ain't even got on Pence yet. This is the problem with Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? Or Kamala, however you pronounce it. I'm not here to try to diss her.
I think it's Kamala.
Kamala? All right, cool. All right, so Kamala Harris. This ain't to diss her. I got real things to diss her on. I don't care nothing about messing up her name. I'm not trying to mess up her name. Real things to diss her on. Like when she was directly asked about Breonna Taylor. Knowing what we have for Breonna Taylor, what would you do? This chick said we should have a civil rights investigation. We already know what happened. We don't need an investigation. We need arrest, prosecution. We know what happened. The warrant was dirty. Someone died due to it. The end. And if you were to ask me, the officers and the judge are directly responsible for that warrant being served. Meaning, the officers lied to get the warrant signed. But then the judge never really did any stringent activity to make sure the warrant was right. And then, after finding out the warrant was served on a lie, the judge is on some, I'm concerned, but I'll wait for the FBI investigation. Do you see a pattern? Just wait. We're going to have a meeting about the meeting. Just wait for the next investigation. So, anyway, back to the debate. The whole night, Kamala, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. I'm like, yo, this is your time to shine. It's the vice presidential debate. It ain't but you and another person. And how do you come in there with a dude that's so dead inside that a fly lands on him and you still can't shine? That's what we're reduced to. That's what we're reduced to. Because like I said, don't get your hopes up. If Biden wins, don't get your hopes up. It's not like, as we've seen over the last 2 weeks and these last two debates, it's not like there's some bright, shining example of what governance should be. But I relinquish my time because I know you have some things to say.
I was just going to say, I actually watched last night, I watched the debate between Jamie Harrison and Lindsey Graham. And that was a much better debate than the vice president. That was a good debate. Because it's like, yeah. Oh, and the thing is, Lindsey Graham is down in the polls against him. So this brother might actually take him out.
Hopefully.
Might actually take him out.
And see, I ain't see
because
that. So
the brother answered the questions.
Yes.
He answered the questions.
Do you have a car? Yes or no? And you'd be like, do you have a car? Yes or no? Cars
in 1976, I saw my first car. It was red. And my grandmother said, son, that's a red car. I remember that day. Like,
what are we doing here? So Yes, it would have been nice to see one person answer the question, but we went once again a whole night without no one answering the question.
I think they did here and there.
There might. I'll say this. I'll leave them a variance. There might have been one, two questions.
Whatever questions they really wanted to answer that they were, hoping they would be asked.
That had to do with the other person being bad or something or being wrong.
I don't know.
So I've spoken about your girl Kamala because, of course, she started the night off and started off wrong, but she started it. Then Pence, I'll give Pence this. Your boy Pence was in those debate streets like, what? Yo, Pence dodged. And shouts to Pence. Pence was thanking me all night. He said the American people. Pence thanked the American people more than I think I've ever seen the American people thanked. He was like, I like to thank the American people. He thanked the American people all night long.
And he was proud. Everything.
He was proud of the American people and he was thanking us.
Oh, he was proud. No, he was proud of himself.
Oh, he was proud of himself. He was proud of the job they did.
Yes.
And then thank us. So all night, guys, just to let y'all know, Pence was giving us shout outs all night. He was like, look, I like to thank the American people. The American people are strong or something. I was like, I don't know what he thanking us for. Fool, she asked you a question. Here it goes. Imagine this. You come home from school. Your mama done already talked to the principal. She gonna beat your butt, but she want to hear what you got to say. And she like, did you...
He's not talking from experience at all.
I'm not talking from experience at all. And she says, did you interrupt English so bad that you got sent to the principal's office? And then your response is, Mom, I'd like to thank you for asking that question. You worked so hard to make sure this house stays a home. I'm proud of the work that we've done here to create such a great family. You are a hero. You are my hero. To see you working, keep talking. She forgets. She asked. She like, hold up, boy, shut up. I'm gonna whoop you anyway. So, but the thing is, it's like, hold up. We didn't. Why are you thanking the American people? We asked you about COVID. What? No, we asked you. The American people didn't do nothing. What did you do? So, come on, man. Ambry in the house. You come on. You know what's up. So it's like, yo.
It's very frustrating.
Your boy Pence. He said thank you though. He said thank you.
It's frustrating that we've gotten to this point. It really is. It's all jokes aside, it's just frustrating because. Mm-hmm. I've said this before, and not to keep going back there, but I have to. Honestly, when Obama was running, was really the first time I actually started paying attention to politics and listening to debates. And it wasn't simply because he was black. Because to me, it was like, here comes another politician. I'm not going to know what he's talking about, whatever. But when I listened to him, I knew what the freak he was talking about. He wasn't talking in circles. He was being direct. He was answering questions. And I'm like, I can follow this dude, because my frustration in all my adulthood was politicians you never know what the freak they talking about. They'll be on TV forever. They always want to do something in the middle of your show, and you never know what it is they're talking about. I was trying to watch something and I don't even know what you're talking about. You're talking in circles. You're not answering anybody's question. You lying. Yep. And that was the first time I remember listening to someone and saying what they're saying makes sense. I can follow. They're answering questions directly. They're not patting themselves on the back the whole time, giving me their whole life rundown. That whole thing. Because it's not necessary.
It's okay. What? Can you get that? See, we hear y'all. We still moving on. We moving on. The issue here with a lot of what we see is trying to figure out who we're going to vote for. That's what the debate is about, right? The debate is about who you're going to vote for. Now, one would say that people's minds are already made up, so this is essentially a formality. So it's like, cool, what up, Muhammad? Is cool if this is essentially a formality, but if it is a formality, who is it for? Because if the American people already figured out what they want. Like, people that are voting for Trump, I would venture to guess that nobody is changing their minds. If someone's going to vote for Biden, I feel that nobody's changing their minds. So what are these debates even for anymore if we're not going to debate? And if we're doing it just for tradition, should we do it? Yeah. You know, like because if we're not going to do what we're supposed to do, like for instance, say I invite you over my house every other year or every 4 years for dinner. And when you show up and we don't eat dinner, we have a couple snacks, but we don't eat dinner. Sooner or later, would you not just be like, nah, man, I'm cool, I'm not coming? Or in this case, you probably be like, oh, nah, I got something I got to do. You know, sooner or later.
Or if you're just one of those people, be like, look, you're cool and everything, but you keep inviting me for dinner and you don't feed me. I leave hungry and I'm tired of it.
Yeah, so, is it not time that we just either A, get rid of the debates, or B, make these presidential candidates accountable to what they're saying? Meaning, if they start on and not saying that, because we were kind of going back and forth about being combative. Yeah. And I think you can do this without being combative, being like, excuse me, Miss Harris or Senator Harris, or she's a senator, right? I don't know. Yeah. Senator, Congresswoman, whatever. All right. Senator. So, excuse me, Senator Harris, but the question is this: we would like you to please adhere to the rules that you agreed to. You were to answer the question. Or you can either abstain from answering. That should be the only thing. Either A, you can answer the question, or abstain from it. If you go on some story, the moderator should be able to say, excuse me, Mr. Pence, excuse me, Miss Harris, whatever, or Mrs. Harris, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The question was this: it seems like you're not answering it. Are you going to answer it, or do you need to abstain from this? Because you're wasting our time.
Yeah, because in essence, what they're doing is really a filibuster. Yeah. What you're doing is deciding you're not going to answer the question, but you're just going to fill in the time with all of this other stuff that you wanted to say anyway. Or the other thing that was frustrating is like, oh, I didn't get to say everything I wanted to say on the previous question, and I didn't like what you said. So what I'm going to do is jump in on the question that we already finished. And it's like, so we really going to get an answer on every other question.
Yeah, it's like, look, if you want to do that, have an after show. Do it on YouTube. I did want to pull out, just to let you guys know, I don't know if you were alive at that time, but the swine flu was not as bad as COVID-19. and it wasn't even close. Yo, he said swine flu.
But my thing is
when
this.
When he said swine flu, I turned to the TV like.
My thing is this. If it was, what does that have to do with anything?
You talking about something that happened in like 2009, 10, something like that?
So, like,
bruh,
like, what is your point?
This fool said swine flu.
Oh my gosh.
Swine flu is not, you can look it up. Swine flu, approximately 12 to 15,000 people died from swine flu in North America. Now, change that to 211 plus thousand people in the United States of America dying. It's a whole different level. It's 200,000 more people, give or take, depending on reporting. So it's a large difference.
Yeah.
And as someone who lived during swine flu, I was like, swine flu? You mean the thing that came and went? Now, and not to disrespect the lives of people that were lost in swine flu, but severity has to play a part in contextualizing this. Let me ask you this. Do you want $12 or $212? Now, if you switch this, do you want to be in debt for $12 or $212? You probably be like, man, I wish I was only in debt for $12 and not $212, because $212 is more dollars to be in debt for.
More dollars.
Yes, more dollars. Now, in the transitive property of changing these dollars to lives and adding thousand to it, now, do you want to lose 12,000 lives or 212,000 lives? Can we go to the next topic?
Most indubitably.
Little Miss Chocolate in the house. What up? What up?
Hey,
nice
little
to see
Miss Chocolate. Oh Lord, let's go and get this over with. Meg the Stallion.
Oh, all right. So Meg the Stallion.
Oh well, okay. I'm sorry. So this isn't foolishness so much. Meg the Stallion on SNL.
Yeah.
Talking about Daniel Cameron. Okay.
Yeah. So all right. So Meg the Stallion, you might know her from rap fame, spitting those rhymes with hot fire. Meg the Stallion had an important performance on SNL's return, in which she fired off at Daniel Cameron. Daniel Cameron is the AG in Kentucky, who most notably did a horrible job at being the people's lawyer, lied on the jury, and said that they didn't choose, murder or anything.
Through all of them,
to be found out that he had lied the whole time, and now the jurors are coming out against him. So she made a statement talking about like he is equating him to the black people that would sell other black people into slavery, or tell folks where the slaves had run off to, stuff of that nature.
The sellout Negroes.
The sellout Negro, okay, if you will. And I thought it was a good opportunity to say something like that. I know that. In many cases, we ask for our celebrities, meaning black celebrities, whether music or sports or Hollywood, whatever, to speak out, to reiterate our pain points, to show that they are behind us, at least in message. Now, I am not going to say that Meg the Stallion is a leader, but it is nice to see someone with prominence that people will listen to speaking out and saying something of substance at this socio-political moment. I know there's a lot of people that's like, nah, you can't do WAP and be saying something about, Daniel Cameron. Why can't you like to have physical interaction and be like, hey, stop selling us out?
Yeah, that's
ridiculous. You should be able to do both.
Yeah.
So
now, if you don't have the capacity to see somebody, to see that somebody can do both things, then that's on you.
That's on you.
That's you and you being closed-minded. But we start to slide into
the shut up and dribble territory with stuff like that. I'm glad she used the platform. I wish that our celebrities would use their platforms more. You know what I'm saying? I like the platform that the NBA and the WNBA took in these recent years. I like to see Meg the Stallion standing up. I like to see Cat Williams doing this thing. I like to see Dave Chappelle doing. I like to see these celebrities standing up and being like, now I know you might pull out your boy TC, but we done dealt with TC. He's gone. All right, he's just gone. All right, he's out of here. He ain't gonna be coming back. So it is nice to see her use such a large moment and such a large platform to speak out against injustice. I mean, that's what we want, right? You know what I'm saying? And I just thought that the responses, even though there were people that were down with it, but just the people that weren't down with it, I would urge you to consider that this is definitely what we want. Say there would be similar to, say, if there's someone who makes nothing but like horror movies and bloody guts and gore all over the place, and be like, hey, this person was wrongly murdered, and be like, you make movies about murdering all the time, why you got something to say about murder? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's kind of like, what I do is entertainment, but this person is affecting folks' lives on the ground each and every day. So, I'm like, I'm not against it. I'm glad she used this time, because she could have used it just to rap. And she used it to, to say something. Now, Muhammad says Daniel Cameron was unable to do his job right. I agree, and then I slightly disagree, because I think the reason they put him in that place was to make sure he did the job of keeping black people under the thumb of white supremacy. And
it wasn't about inability. I'm sorry. I'm all about using correct words. Yeah, it wasn't that he wasn't able, but then again, we don't know, because he had no experience as a lawyer, which I think probably a lot of people don't really know. That. He had no courtroom experience. He has
zero experience.
Okay, but so maybe he wasn't able, but it seemed like this was very planned out. I get the feeling that he took his direction from someone
like
above him.
Yeah.
You know.
Because let's think about it. When it comes to Breonna Taylor, she was dead, what, a month, 2 months before we even heard about it?
Man.
They had been trying to cover this up. Then it blew up.
Like with everything else.
And ever since then, they've been trying to cover it up. This case is nothing but a perfect example, once again, of police corruption, similar to your boy, not Ahmaud Arbery, the young brother in Texas that Amber Geiger killed. And I wish I knew his name off the top. Both of them Jean.
Yeah.
Because Texas, the local and state police department, there's definitely some corruption there. And I feel like we just forgot about it and nobody's being taken to task. But I also understand that corruption cases can take years and years and years. It's not like, it's not like you do this by tomorrow. But here, it seems like the corruption is in a very small cluster of the 3 cops that got that dirty warrant signed, the judge that signed that dirty warrant, and the AG. That's a much smaller circle than the local and state Texas branch of law enforcement. That's a little unwieldy. I will give you that one. But here, we only got about 4 or 5 people. You know what I'm saying? That's all we got. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to handle this one. Shouts to Little Miss Chocolate, said it was a great performance. Yes, shouts to Meg. And then said, I like that she had Malcolm X speech in her performance. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to Malcolm. We need a little more of that Malcolm energy. We need a little more of that. And it hurts to say that because, like we said in last episode or episode before last, you look at these videos, on YouTube from 1970 and stuff, and they're fighting for the same thing we're fighting for now. You know what I'm saying? And it's frustrating sometimes because you see how passionate they are, and you're like, we're still fighting after the same thing.
Yeah.
But next up, what you got?
Okay, so we can lead right into, this is a perfect leeway into updates on Breonna Taylor.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so let me get to it. There were conflicting accounts about packages sent to Breonna Taylor's address before fatal raid, documents say.
Because now these lies are crumbling and tumbling down around Cameron. And I think Cameron was put in this spot because they were like, yo, we're going to need, sooner or later, something's going to happen. And as long as we have a black dude to take this fall, it'll look a lot better than a white dude taking this fall. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said this last week, watch Daniel Cameron be the only one to go down for this. They're going to be like, he was a horrible AG. We just got to get him out of here. And it's like, whoa. He came in after she was killed. What about the people that killed Breonna Taylor? What about them? The people that just shot up an apartment building. Are they going to go anywhere? Like, I think they're going to pin this on Cameron. But that's Cameron's fault for going in there and lying and being a tool. That's what he get. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he'll have a little parachute to land with. He'll be all right. But you got some more updates. I apologize.
No, well, that was pretty much what I was focusing on.
Okay, so with that, the judge and everything, and the jurors are now... Yeah. Because now the story is that more jurors are going to want to speak. So, because even when he did his press conference, I was like, well, what about the 911 call? Because he just came out like, hey, the shoot was justified. That's just it. The cops said they announced themselves. They did. The end. And it's like, well, what about the 911 call? Because if perception is reality, and in many cases it is, at that particular moment, his perception was, we're being robbed. Why? Because you have plainclothes people kicking your door in and shooting. Why would you? Now there's also evidence that's come out like, yo, we don't know if it's Kenneth Walker's bullet that hit the cop.
Exactly.
You know. Here's how ballistic. If you're not a gun person, you might not know. But when you buy a handgun, they shoot the gun and keep that spin pattern. Like when you shoot a bullet. It spins inside of the barrel and flies out and hits the person. So in the barrel, each barrel has its own little unique spin pattern, kind of like a fingerprint. So when you buy a gun, they shoot that gun and they send that spin pattern ballistic to the authorities so they can always match it if something needs to be matched in the future. So they can't say it's inconclusive. No, it's not his bullet. Now all of a sudden it's inconclusive. So, because trust me, if it was his bullet, they would be out in front talking about he shot him. Now all of a sudden it's inconclusive, right? Really though, it's inconclusive? Are you kidding me? Like, come on, man. It's not that it's inconclusive. You know it wasn't him. And it's fine if it's not him, but don't come with this inconclusive stuff like, oh, we just can't figure out nothing. I don't know. I mean, we was studying, and we was investigating. We just can't figure out nothing. We just don't know no more. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know. And you know it wasn't him. And you know it looks even worse now that it wasn't his bullet. Because, of course, the story is they come in and there's bullets flying at them, and they had to do what they had to do to protect themselves. That's just what they had to do. And now we find out, no, y'all been BSing. That's not what they had to do. They could have announced themselves like they said they did, and they didn't. And now they're caught out there looking stupid. So, and what up, Tay 1990? So, we'll see. But I would like to see a world where all 5 of these people are charged at varying degrees of this corruption.
We just won't.
But we won't. But I do think we do need to use this to change the laws. We've already changed one thing. No knock warrants are gone, at least in that locality. But I would like to see judges being held accountable for the warrants they sign.
Yeah,
that would change a lot. Now, of course, that takes I know the wheels turn slow, but I would like to see that.
Yeah, but it's like I said before.
Because you signed this warrant, this girl dead.
Yeah, but it's like I said before. As far as the no knock warrant, my thing is enforce the laws that are in place. We don't, y'all want to do these bans and supposedly adding laws. It's like, no, enforce the laws you have, because my thing is this. Whether they had a no-knock warrant, a knock-knock warrant, it didn't matter. You get what I'm Because the thing is this. They said they had a no-knock warrant, but then they announced themselves. Well, if you have a no-knock warrant, that means you wanted to be able to do this without announcing yourself, but you did announce yourself. So which is it?
They didn't announce themselves.
But they claimed that they did. That's the point I'm making.
The claim is because they're like, oh, this lie that we made that we thought was going to stay local and has now become a national story has now become a poop show. So now this poop show is going crazy. Let's find one person that can say that they heard us.
Right,
all these people ain't nobody hearing nothing. That person ain't even hear nothing until the second time he gets a call from the police. Now all of a sudden, I heard him.
Yeah, and this is my thing. Nobody seemed to ask the question. Okay. So you're saying that y'all got a no-knock warrant. Mm-hmm. And a no-knock warrant means that you can just go in and not knock.
Yep.
Not, announce yourself.
And you was wearing plain clothes.
Right? So that's what the warrant was for. Cool. So what you did is with a no-knock warrant, according to you, you went to this house and knocked.
Anyway.
And announced yourself. Explain to me why. No one asked that question. Nobody
has even brought in the 911 call and been like, please explain this 911 call to us. Why would this person sound like this? Why? Why would this person sound like this? Why would this person sound like they are so surprised if you announced yourself so loud that people could hear you and you knocked on the door before breaking in? Why are they so surprised? Man, what we're watching in real time is the agents of white supremacy doing their best to try to clean up something that they thought would not be a thing. They thought, hey, we gonna go in here, we killed this girl, mistake or not, We're going to keep it quiet. Ain't nothing going to happen. It'll be all good. We'll just let it die down. Then it becomes a national story. And now you got everybody in the world trying to figure out. You got the judge. I'll let the FBI have. What the FBI got to do with this? Is a local, at most, state matter. What does this have to do with the FBI? They ain't got to come there for your dirty warrant. What they got to do? Huh? Then you got the postmaster being like, yo, I told them to warn those suspicious packages. I don't know why they went there. So here's what I think happened. I got to here's conspiracy corner. As an ex-girlfriend of some dude that they was like, he was the Don Dada of Louisville drugs. I think that these 3 officers were figuring they were going to go rob a drug dealer. That's what I think they thought they were going to do. I think they thought, we're going to go in there, we're going to kill him, we're going to steal his money, like cops have been recorded doing in New York and Chicago and in LA before, so I'm not going to say that we can't say that cops have not robbed drug dealers and do not rob drug dealers. So what I think is, they thought, we're going to go rob this drug dealer. He's a drug dealer. What they going to do? We have the law on our side. Then they messed up, killed somebody who had nothing to do with drugs and or the drug game. And now they're sitting there holding the water, trying to fix it, trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube, because now they really have no answers. So they're like, okay, cool, let's do a grand jury. It's secretive, right? Ain't nobody going to know. We'll just say the people said they weren't going to do it. They do the grand jury. And then the jurors come out and they're like, hey, we did our job as, citizens. And they see the AG lie on them. And then they're like, oh, he never even told us that murder could be an option. He never even told us that we could indict the officer. He never told us these things. Full list of stuff they were never made aware of. They never had informed consent, as it were, in that example. So now this whole house of cards is falling around them, and they're doing their best to try to keep this boat afloat. That's what I think happened. I think AG has some responsibility for misleading them. I'd say the AG probably has the least responsibility. Well, I don't know. The most responsibility goes to the 3 cops that got the dirty warrant and killed somebody.
But
and then the judge that signed that dirty warrant, knowing it. Well, we can't say she knew it was dirty, but now knowing it's dirty and still supporting the cops, I gotta say that she probably knew it was dirty in the first place.
But we all know that at the end of the day, and this is a big if the powers that be want to require someone to take responsibility and be a scapegoat, we know who it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the AG.
It's gonna be the AG. And
like,
what they'll do
all
is
day.
They'll probably say, AG did wrong, he's fired, or he's voted out, and everything's fixed. And this is gonna be like, whoa, hold up. What about the 3 officers that went in just shooting the place up like they had no sense? Kill somebody. Are we gonna talk about that? So yes, I think there's 5 people here that should be charged at varying degrees, should be in jail. Now, will that happen? What's right and just and what's going to happen? I don't know. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't push for it. Especially some kind of law, because I don't think there's specifically a law that makes judges accountable for the warrants they sign. I don't think there's, like, say if you sign a warrant that turns out to be faulty, because that'll change a lot of the way these judges sign these warrants, like these rubber stamping warrants for officers. It
depends on because I don't know if faulty is the correct word. You know what I mean? Faulty isn't really the correct word. It's
well,
if they sign a warrant that they know to have false information or be based on false information. If they know that it's based on false, but then you have to prove that they knew it.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. I get you. Because you're going to have to prove that they knew it, but there has to be some kind of, Because technically, no one would be dead without this warrant. Mm-hmm. Without this warrant, everybody's alive.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But we'll keep following the update and see what happens. I think your boy Daniel Cameron gonna go down, and I think that might be it. But we'll see.
I don't think anybody's going down. I don't think they care enough.
Yeah. So I did want to talk about a prophetic moment that I had last week. I told you that your boy DT was gonna say I'm sick, and I can't do no more. Debates. Told you.
That's not what he said.
Hold on. He's still using this. They said, yo, man, you sick. We got to do the virtual. He said, I won't do virtual. I won't do it. I shan't do it. Yeah. It still works. I ain't going to let you have your... No.
Nope. Yo. You don't get your prophetic moment because because according to him, he's healed. He's healed by the stripes. His blood is the cure is what he said. Blood of Jesus. Anyway, no, because he's pouting. See, you can't, acting a monkey donkey fool is not as effective virtually as it is in person. So, he's like, it doesn't come across right. Me cutting across you is delayed. Donnie. See, it's not really, stupid. It's not really me cutting across you if it's virtual because there's a delay. Yeah. So it's not going to look right. It's not going to have
little 2-second delay or something.
It's not going to have the same effect virtually. So it's it's like, why? I can't act dumb like I want to act. It's like when you're in class and your friend isn't there that day. What's the point of me acting up? I don't have my sidekick with me. I don't got
my sidekick with me. The funny thing is, throughout this whole sickness, homie's been like, I gotta come back to work. I have to be a superhero. Gotta be out here.
I gotta continue signing blank documents with a Sharpie.
I gotta do this. Gotta be in these streets. Can't stop me. I'm not gonna let this little thing hold me back. Instead of being like, dude, it ain't got to do with how strong you are. It has nothing to do with your strength or your mental resolve. It's a virus, dummy. And you're spreading it to people. Now, what I would have liked to see, we talked about this offline, I would have loved to see all the staff in the White House be like, look, if he coming in here, we ain't working. I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see the White House staff, not DT's administration. I'm talking about like the staff that make things happen. The custodians, the chefs, the whoever, the electricians, all of them being like, nope, I'm not doing it. Nope, Secret Service can do, that's on y'all, but we ain't doing nothing. We ain't coming in here. We don't trust it. The last thing we need is to get sick. You know what I'm saying? The last thing I need is to get sick up in here. And now we have this whole fallout of when were you sick? Because now we got people asking, well, when was his last negative test? And we can't get no numbers. We can't get no numbers of when he was last sick, when the last time he tested negative. You know what I'm saying?
Because he ain't never took no test.
He ain't never took no test. We said this last night. I turned to Lady Lisa. I said, I bet you he ain't never take no test. That's why you ain't got no reports. You ain't got no studies because he ain't never take no test. Because he was like, yo, don't worry about it. You good. You tough, right? Sandra Thomas said the cinematic return to the White House.
Oh my God. That was just utter foolishness.
He in Avengers. Yo.
Then he gonna take off his mask and brother up in there breathing hard. Just sit down.
Yo, man, he was breathing mad hard.
Sit down.
Here's the real problem with this is that it continually serves this politicized nature of handling a virus, which is why I said the U.S. is the perfect place for a pandemic. It is. It's the perfect place. We're reactive. We aren't proactive in anything we do. We are reactive. Also, we have this, quote, rugged individualism where people will say, oh, well, government can't tell me to wear a mask. I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm too strong for that. I'm too real for that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to stop me. You ain't going to stop my flow. And it ends up being the perfect breeding ground for a virus to continually propagate amongst the population. Because think about it. We got half of us wearing masks, staying inside, only going out when we got to. And then the other half is like, yo, let's have a party. You want to go to the club? Like, yo, let's go to the game. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm like, yo, what happened? I mean, look at the NFL in the kerfuffle that's become. Like, it's a complete poop show all around, no matter what. And it's the perfect playground for something like COVID. And seeing him with it and operate with it only serves it even more. You know, I couldn't stay away. I had to come back.
It's like you ain't doing nothing.
I couldn't stay away. You don't do anything. You don't do, like, homie be acting like he be doing stuff for real. like, oh man, what was he gonna do without you, man? I didn't know what we was gonna do. What was he gonna do without you? Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Y'all stay masked and gloved up. Wash y'all hands, stay in as much as you can if you're an essential worker. Do the best you can. I know you can only do the best you can, but don't play into this stuff. Over 200,000 people have died. And now that the numbers have to go through his office, we don't really know how many more people have died now. So, guys, try to stay safe, because a virus is real. And a virus don't care how mean you is, all right, or how tough you are. A virus is like, I'm going to do my viral thing. So, you can't tough a virus away. You know what I'm saying? So just look, keep your guard up, man. Protect your neck, all right? And your nose and your mouth.
All right. So last thing before we wrap up, some good black news.
Woo! From good black news. That's what I'm talking about.
Excuse me. From goodblacknews.org.
Yes. Good black news. Thank you, Jesus.
College board creates advanced placement curriculum on the African diaspora for high school students.
Nice.
Yeah.
See?
So that's awesome. Sorry, guys. I got the hiccups.
No, go read a little piece. Give them a little.
Years in the making, the influential College Board is launching an ambitious national... Mikey.
All right. I
got it. Right. Excuse me. Years in the making, the influential College Board is launching an ambitious national curriculum on race with an advanced placement... AP program on the African diaspora, the Washington Post reports. Given AP's current importance on high school transcripts and influence on college admissions, the program has the potential to make Black studies a college prep offering in coming years. Black student scores on AP tests in recent years have remained significantly lower than those for other groups. In 2019...
I got it. You want me to finish?
Go ahead.
All right. All right, so
third paragraph.
And let me grab this real quick. Sandra Thomas said something about the black people thought their melanin was going to protect them, and white people thought blacks are dying. I'll say this: the only reason black people thought that is because traditional white media was doing their best to get as many of us infected as possible by pushing that. You didn't really see black people pushing that until ABC and CNN were like, oh, black people are seemingly unfazed. And so it's not like you saw like mad black people coming out like, yo, we don't got no information. We just immune. No, that stuff was being pushed by the top very early on. Now, of course, Black Twitter carried that joint on and kept it moving. But right now, keep the mask on. Don't be breathing up in nobody's face, and protect your neck. But back to the good black news. Let's see. You said the third. The curriculum, which covers people of African descent who were dispersed globally through the slave trade and other historic moments,
What paragraph
aims
you
to
in?
help answer two key questions about educational equity and diversity. Can a widely available college-level curriculum of the Black experience boost Black students to greater academic success in AP programs where they are historically underrepresented? And can other students, whether white, Latino, or Asian, deepen their personal racial awareness by studying an Africana curriculum? I'll leave it right there real quick. What was up?
You went to the 7th paragraph.
I thought you were talking about the third of the quote.
The 3rd paragraph.
I thought you were talking about the third of the quote. Sorry.
The 3rd
paragraph.
Go ahead.
Anyway, let me finish. It's my time to speak now.
Okay.
Can other students, whether white, Latino, or Asian, deepen their personal racial awareness? No. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get white, Latino, and Asian people taking these courses and then pretend like they blacker than you. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get these pseudo-intellectual, ultra-deep white people that's going to try to teach you about your history. And it's like, okay, yes, you went to this course and you were able to get into the AP course and great, you know more stuff than me, but still, you tell that to me as someone who can walk into any store, any bank, any restaurant, any school, and be assumed to be good and just. So it's gonna be like those people that take African studies in college and they be like they like the white deepest Black person.
But can we
and
just
they be trying to tell you like they blacker than you, and you be like.
But can we just remember that this is good news though?
It is good news. This is good news for Black students. For all the white students that be trying to act like they deeper than you now, like they, because you know they're gonna take the course and then they're gonna have dreads and stuff. It's just,
look, only response I can say to that is Katy Perry. I mean, what can you do about Katy?
I was like, what is she doing?
What can you do about Katy Perry? Nothing.
Man,
like, there's nothing you can do about her.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, Shirley said tread lightly. After the camera off, Lisa runs the show.
What?
Yo, she does run a little bit.
What are you talking about?
Runs a little bit of the show. She runs a little bit of
What
the
are
show.
you talking about?
She runs a little bit of it.
Shirley.
The real showrunner.
Oh.
The real showrunner is about 2 feet tall.
Man. I know. I don't even know how I got hiccups, Shirley.
Punt that boy through the uprights. But guys, that's good Black news. You know what I'm saying? Young kids can learn about the diaspora. It's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be awesome. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? We thought we were going to have a short show, but we had about a regular size show. So with that said, before we get out of here, I'm going to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Goldman Vision, Bearborn, Sandra Thomas. What's up?
Can you tell them about the upcoming...
Are y'all going to do it? We'll talk about that in a second. See, that's why you got hiccups now. You can't so, Goldman Vision, Bearborn, Sandra Thomas, Muhammad Saeed, Little Miss Chocolate, Boogsworthy, Shirley, who else? Tay 1990, Ilika Spain. I hope I ain't screw your name up. Shot by Nolan, of course. And lastly, that's it. So, with that said, if you were lurking, I ain't see your name anyway, so whatever. Look, we still here. I know you was there in spirit. You was there with your mind. So, big announcement. Next week, we have a brand new show coming for you on Friday. Black Together, which we do on Tuesdays, will now have a spinoff coming on Fridays from the lovely Lady Lisa and Lady Kim? Yes, Lady Kim. And Lady Kim. It'll be Black Sisters Unite. No, it's
not called Black Sisters Unite. Sound like a skit on In Living Color.
Black Sisters Unite.
We thought about naming it Gone Girl, but it was like, we can't do it.
Gone Girl.
No, but it's going to be called A Walk in Their Shoes. And it's just pretty much about, the different experiences of Black women in, growing up, becoming Black women, friendships, relationships, all different kinds of things. You really, really, really don't want to miss it. It's going to be some really good stuff.
Yeah, it better be good because I'm going to be tuning in. So I'm going to be like, look, I want to learn more about the black woman experience so I can go meet a black woman.
This is by black women for black women.
Oh, so it's so brothers, look, it's only for the sisters. So don't be coming in there and be like, it's for the brothers. Nah, because apparently I ain't even invited. On my own
Who is Barrowborn?
Barrowborn in the house.
He said that sounds serious, Pass.
You don't want nothing serious? We gotta have something serious every now and then.
Because you're scared of the black woman. I understand.
Sandy Thomas said just call it girl.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably a whole lot of girl.
So it'll be dope. I'm glad that's coming. I'm glad it's gonna be there. Black Together. I don't even know what we're talking about on Tuesday, but we'll be talking about something on Tuesday for Black Together. Yeah. Because Black Together. So anyway, with that said, Lady Lisa, say peace.
Bye, y'all.
And NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all in places. Big shout out to AfroCon. I was there today. I was on 2 panels. Much love to Jay Rogers, who is a black woman. Foo-woo-woo, boo-boo-boo. That's right. So, podcast if you want to get your listen on. Of course, YouTube is the hub. Hit the thumbs up if you like what you see. Hit the thumbs down if you don't. If you don't, though, I might have to bust you in your head with a loaf of bread.
And send some black women after you.
What in the world? See, yo, man.
What's up?
Look.
What do you do?
Look, don't be trying. See how he trying to come in? You see this? Do you see this? This.
AfroCon.
Yeah, it's AfroCon. That's right. Show him. That's right. Right there. Anyway, of course, podcast if you want to listen. Spotify music. We're going to leave y'all with Arcatron. That's right. ARCKATRON. Say Little Miss say chocolate.
Chocolate.
Say bye chocolate.
Bye chocolate.
So Little Miss Chocolate in the house. Arcatron music. ARCKATRON.com. The Space Bridge and Stores. We're going to leave you with a beat. Say Arcatron.
Arcatron.
And give them a woo. Say woo for you.
Woo for you.
From us to you, we're just saying peace. We out, y'all. You ready to go?
Yes.
You sure? You sure?
Yeah, sure.
All right, say peace.
Peace.
All right, we out. Yeah.